been a while, but we are about to attempt getting these stalkers. There are corrupted stalkers in this final corrupted zone, which means I need to make some more ammo because there's no way I'm going in there with less than maximum ammo. I'm not gonna need those anyway. Corruption arrow. It's gonna do like nothing. They're already corrupted. Got fire arrows. Good. Alright. Fire traps. Okay. Yeah, heading that way. Alright. So this is the corrupted zone. That's where we're going. That is where we are. And that is the path between where we are and the corrupted zone. And this is how you read a map. Just saying. Medicine pouch full. That is very good. Oh yeah, there's an idea. Potions. Let's get some health potions if we can, except we don't have enough fatty meat. Not sure if a turkey would have fatty meat on it, but it does not. It has bony meat. Oh well. It's worth a shot. Where are we? Not quite there yet.
These are helpful. Bitter, though.
All right. Yep, there's the stalker. You can see it. Let's see. Stalkers turn invisible. I am in the corrupted zone, technically. I wonder if they'll come across
Sun's going down.
the river. Probably. Fire wires.
set this here.
Let's just set up a whole bunch of traps. Corrupted machines are weak to fire, so that's why we're going crazy on the fire stuff and explosives and blah blah blah. I have the stealth outfit on, but I should probably modify it with something that is anti-corruption. Crazy.
Just a matter of time.
Alright. So here we go. Okay. This first one, tear blast.
All right. Quiet, doesn't it?
Alright. There's one down.
Right on target.
Opponent removed.
Calm, calm. Last one.
Come on. Come on. Come and get me. Coward. Multiple enemies. So frustrating.
Got you! Safe. For a few minutes anyway.
Level up.
Now they're hunting me.
That's the idea, Aloy.
Let's make this quick. New plan.
Come on. Come on. Corrupted zone cleared. Or completed, or whatever. Tiny meat. Alright, let's pick up all the traps I left out.
I'll find a use for you.
Oh, also medicine. There we go. Oh. That was easier than it should have been. There we go, there's all the traps. Do I have a stalker heart? I don't have a stalker heart.
Nice. Do a good hunt.
Here it is. Oh, it's something. Some pouch full. All right. Well. Oh, search watcher. Metal shards. Are those useful? So now what should we do? Is that hunting grounds? A stalker site. I guess we haven't had enough of those. Well, let's just go towards that and see what we come up with. Some pouch full. I'm gonna send out a quick message. Make sure, I'm gonna send out a quick message to get people to join on the live chat. Well, that was easy. Fatty meat. Look at that. Alright, go up here. New hunting ground. Oh yeah, I won't need... I won't need corruption resistance right now, because it's not a corrupted zone. No way up. Okay, whatever. Let's go this way. Stalker? Oh crap. Oh crap, there's a stalker. It's a hunting ground with a stalker. I let it see me.
Daybreak. Yesterday's gone. No more time to recover.
There we go. Let's override a stalker.
Thought they'd go on forever.
Go, Aloy, run. Run like your life depends on it.
You're going down.
Hello, Danglix. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating. Is this thing friendly machine? That one's a hostile machine.
Okay.
I don't have any more. And that is why you override a stalker, if you have the opportunity to do so. Is that the one I overrode? Yeah, I think that's the friendly one.
Full already. Save these for the trail.
Alright, I don't see any machines nearby. Ah, there's one. Shell walker. Not even close enough to pick up on the focus. Oh, that thing is not dead. We're just kind of chilling there. Okay. Oh, it thinks I'm trying to do that. Okay. There we go. Now we just have one marker here. What's up here?
I just gotta tough the storm out.
Oh, medicine. That's always useful. Except when the medicine pouches are full. Rock. Really rocks. Haha. Campfire. Quick save. Alright. So where should we go next? Because I'm getting bored. Oh, there's another corrupted zone. Alright. Travel. Let's travel to that campfire and do that corrupted zone. At least it hopefully won't be stalkers this time, because those things suck. Okay, that music goes with enemy nearby. Anyway. Corrupted zone. So I'm heading this way, generally. Wonder if I can just shoot them from up here. Oh, I don't have any fire arrows. Wonder if I should just go hunt something until I have I have enough blaze to make fire arrows. Trampler.
Good hit. I've got other ammo.
Okay, back over here I saw an indicator for striders. If I could hunt some striders. So I thought I saw striders. Striders. Then I can get blaze. If I have blaze, I can make fire arrows, and if I make fire arrows...
Here we go again.
Corrupted machines are weak against fire. Trampler. Not corrupted, but still not something I want to run into. Oh, let's just make them do the work for me. This arrow reaches.
Just stay up.
Okay, so I want to come back over here. Stay away from the tramplers. Away from the tramplers. We got striders. Let's see. Blaze.
Got too much already.
Inventory. Let's make room for some blaze. Let's drop that. Always have plenty of chill water. Just drop some of that too. Please. There was another strider, kind of ran off that way. Getting dark out. I still only have 2 I can't make. Can't make any fire arrows until I have 3. Okay. Let's just run. Let's not miss. Corrupted zone.
Easy, easy. Need to keep the upper hand. Lights down. out already?
Are you yelling loud enough, Aloy? I heard the echo there. Of course, I guess I'm not exactly trying to be stealthy right now. So whatever.
Makes this a little easier.
Finally.
Last shot. Be fascinating if they weren't looking for me. That'll help. Damn, no more of the... Here they come. I'm out.
Completed corrupted zone. I died. I hate it when that happens. Okay, if that corrupted zone is not completed when I respawn, I'm going to just kind of leave it, because that took too long. It looks like I'm in the same spot. Just all the bodies are gone. Which means I missed out on all the loot. Inconvenient. Alright, so, where should we go next? Let's go there. Let's search the area for machines first. Quick save. Alright. Well, that metal flower there looks dangerous. It's right next to a tall neck, and there's usually a lot of dangerous stuff around those. So I'm thinking main quests. Let's just sort of head towards that and see where it takes us. Apparently we'll be all the way over here. So let's skip to that part and see the rest of the way where it takes us. Oh, isn't that nice? Right across. From Snap Mods. Hate those things. Not as much as Stalkers, but still. Alright, first let's go over here. There's Striders. Mark all of them. We'll mark that one too. Override this one. Here we go. To attack or not to attack. I do need some more blades. Okay, well, that's better than nothing. Metal floss probably right there.
I'll tuck that away.
Where's the other one? There were two. Oh, there's the other one. A little closer. They're both tagged anyway. back up here. Yeah, okay. Only one survived. Stop knocking me with your tail.
This storm's gonna back down before I do.
Alright. Weakness is fire. So it's 3 snap mods here.
Might regret this.
We've got long legs over there. Snap mobs that way. Sawtooth. Okay. So it's gonna walk right past me. I will override it at that point in time. Hopefully it'll hurry up and walk past me. Here we go. Come on now, Mr. Sawtooth. Anything in this direction? Nope. Alright. Oh, there's something. Scrapper. There's some scrappers.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Let's find some tall grass so that I can just generally feel safer. Oh. Scrappers are kind of small time. Fire discovered. I'm going this way. Rock. Oh, medicine pouch full. Keep forgetting.
You're another one, aren't you? You don't know how to fix anything. Save. Oh man. Is that where I'm heading? Yeah, that's probably it right I was looking at. Oh, there's a vantage there. I'll get to that later. Banuk figure. Oh, and a corrupted zone. Metal flower. Yeah, I'll get to those some other time. Of course, right past the long legs. What if I go this way instead? And skip the long legs. Hopefully. And just hope there's not something else over here. Okay. Could just charge past.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Karja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping. They're scanning for me.
Campfire discovered.
The sunlight always reminds me of who I am. No matter what happens, we are Karja, and we will endure.
Uthid was the most devoted Karja I knew. If he can't stay true, what hope is there for the rest of us?
So, should we continue on and do the story mission, or wait till next time? Or we could go over here and do a side mission.
She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle.
This ceasefire means we'll be getting more supplies coming through Sunfall.
I'll keep them
I'm all
removed
for
from your
it.
brow.
Alright. How far away? Oh man, it's all the way over there. Yeah, let's go back to the main quest.
At least if I starved to death, I wouldn't have to hate myself for begging anymore.
Go to the Citadel courtyard.
These aren't goods, they're
Check out.
The Sunbreak. A proud tradition of Karja.
Stay off my focus.
If the eclipse catches you here, you'll be lucky if you survive long enough to wind up in that ring.
You'll like.
Supposed to be up there. Supposed to go farther up over here.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all should be well. Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
Blades for hunters, sneaking around, sniffing out disloyalty. Sort of makes me anxious.
Outlanders! If you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here. Filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
I hear the Shadow Carja are looking for one of their own. Should pay well.
By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law!
I command Lucian Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
We both know you're no killer for hire. Uthid is innocent. So come see me, while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring from on high.
For the Kestrels.
Ha! They want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an impression.
The ceasefire? It's a nice idea, but what's the point?
This is insane.
Faster.
Hardly.
If you're gonna watch some
They're going to
slaughter,
see me.
this is the place to
You
do it.
underestimate the ease
I don't
of
like
hiding in
heights.
plain sight.
You worry me, boy. You worry me. Another manhunt. How many men and women can one tribe lose? Odin, leader of Odin's marvels. You've a fresh face. When you're less an eye or an ear or two, you'll fit right in. First impressions make the sale, except in this snake pit. They'll take whoever shows up.
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
This isn't your first job for the Shadow Carja?
Scared of their own shadows, Carja, more like. They spit on me, but the shards are good. Look at those nobles. I say noble, but you can't dress a rat in silk and call it a rat king, can you? Sunfall is a house of clay. If you were to stamp your foot, it would all crumble.
Shouldn't you all be setting out to hunt Uthid?
Have you never done this before? Whoever goes first just leads the others. Just take a load off and avail yourself of some Carja booze until someone sniffs out the trail. Then watch us seek out our prey, straight as a Ravager's shot. Zip!
Are you sure you're gonna be able to walk in a straight line?
What are you getting at?
Do you think Uthid did what they're accusing him of?
I hope so. It'll make him more dangerous. My advice, it's best not to overthink such things.
Overthink whether he's guilty or innocent?
You let all these thoughts in your head, you'll never make it as a mercenary. Only thing that matters is dead or alive. If they say alive, bring a rag to stuff in its mouth. But these days, no one wants alive.
Farewell, Odin.
Good hunting. If I should have cause to kill you, you won't suffer.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I'm impressed.
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
I should go to the merchant and get Blaze. Well, I'll just have to do it without many fire arrows.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this tour!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. Too bad now,
Guess you can't have everything.
That will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
That's funny.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber, mint, or blackberry sage knows I'm going to lose it, please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes. Okay?
I'd have to ditch something.
Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Oh my goodness.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Huh. Well, this should be good. Or bad.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it. Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh Plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Let her die in here, far from sun and light.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life produced some bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Want to discuss?
Oof. So, Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go. You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
skills. Let's go with that one.
Let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast.
Let this
Do
strike
you
a
have any idea the immensity and challenge to prep a new colony ship?
I'm done!
Am I done?
On the project.
You don't understand how few people have been safe.
We're too close to
The
the
generation ship concept is not
The
gonna
data
happen.
tapes. What
It's
did
the
they
first
contain?
thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Forget about traveling light.
Resources. Drop something common. Fire striker. That's where it just was. That was a way to sneak past him. Candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. Such a distress that all other options for combating the fair play.
with Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Okay. He's in here already.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Huh.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
My turn.
participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion or without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection and validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates. Blah, blah, blah. I'm bored. Alright. Wanna hear something?
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. A better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be, atonement.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my old man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You know... Get your hands off me!
Hello. Saving these for the trail.
Intruder! Get her!
Come on,
Whatever
gents,
you
let's
do,
get her.
don't die now.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am. That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too. Just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus. Here we go. Another one of these. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Up, left, down, right, up.
Found one. Looks intact. That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Up, left, down, right, up.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Oh, I get it. He installed it backwards. That's why Pharaoh is upside down on the top, so it's actually down, left, up, right, down. Okay.
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
I can't spare the weight. This'll do.
Fire striker.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Oh, my fire striker.
She must be here somewhere. She can't hide forever. I can hear you, I think.
So they will.
Firing at me. You cannot hide from our wrath. A gift from the shadow. Regroup. Blank.
Anyone see anything? Stay sharp.
That's the last of them.
H-lock structure failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Shadow take you.
Cannot escape our grasp.
The shadow falls.
Well, that sucks. Let's try this. Man. Oh, they're clearly not gonna let me take the fire setter.
I'm ready. Gotta be.
The sun.
That's the last of them.
H-lock structure failure. Repeat.
Or not. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Never know when I might need these.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulations, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, a Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
If you doubted your blueprints the slightest, wouldn't have pictures. Blah blah. Just to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast tower. Whenever will it use to transmit the activation codes. Blah blah. Okay. Activate holo projector. That should be good.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. A waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch.
All the
purpose,
And keep pulling this
designed and
death singer
fabricated at
gun.
the snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger.
Whose idea was it to lug this thing
Hephaestus
around
isn't
anyway?
really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer, encoded as software.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More Eclipse.
Careful now.
Medicine pouch full. That's good. Ah, it won't let me.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Huh. That's pretty cool. Alright. Going to adjust something real fast. Alright. I'm back. What's this? Text mail. Past 10 days, it performed an assessment for data storage solutions and blah blah. So, the century's too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course, to start with. That's pretty cool. So they're using DNA to store the information they need for all these systems. 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. As long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, however you say that word. It's on the screen. That we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life is the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time. Blah, blah, blah. Interesting. No, I was pushing the wrong button. Will it let me through? No. This one let me through? No. Not getting through. Okay. Huh. Has to be a way in there. Maybe it's gonna have us come back to that one. Ooh, what about this? This one open? Probably not. Nope. Alright. Now I'm gonna have to go and kill all them. Oh, there's another bunch of information. Oh, alright. The full benefit of procurement, a copy of the Homer archive has made itself known. As a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. Physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. History, cultural data, media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation dropping up a bit. The loss of New Guinea, doomed to that goal from the outset. Curricular development about to begin. Speaking of the interesting curricula, they are performing well in testing with children and adolescents, demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle Aspasia persona. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Isn't that nice? Okay. Just a little bit more experience and I'll be at level 39. So we found Project Zero Dawn, and we are in the facility in which it was created. Turns out they were basically building a terraforming system because it was too late to stop the machines from destroying the planet. They named it Gaia after Mother Nature or whatever, and has several different subsystems all designed to be a part of rebuilding the planet. One of those systems was called Hades, which is the name of the machine that the Shadow Carja are basically worshipping. Thought someone saw me or something. No, that's just the sound when I level up. Ooh, there's a gun over there. Isn't that nice?
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
All right. Someone over here.
Heard something.
That's the last of them. Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
The door. Let me in. Deathbringer gun. The Deathbringer is a machine. A huge machine that really sucks when you have to fight it.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. And what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocating. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Text mail. Color me confounded. Bashcore. Anyone who says the old GP codes. It's in like slang that I feel weird saying. Like if I say it, it'll just sound awkward. Classical music, 80s and 90s mostly. I'm supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, so basically the person programming Hades was blasting death metal music, and they were telling him to turn it down. That was his response, saying no. Let's see here. Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. Okay. Okay, so someone was having trouble getting Hades to properly take control of the system if it needed to be used. It would either like harm the Gaia system, basically the programming, or Gaia would still be in control in the background, messing up what Hades was supposed to do. And they finally found something that worked, apparently. Mr. Tate. Mail concerns Apollo Archive submission. 666th submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, very inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolina material has already been preserved. Extreme perhaps, but art. 2, for clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance. I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work? We have a world to save after all, or the rest of us do anyway. Dr. Samina Abedji, whatever, however you say her name. That's fine.
Looks like the only way onwards. Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Welcome to Eleuthia,
Heavy.
the crown and
It's hard,
king
too.
of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Okay. Let's see here. Giant chambers arrived 2 days ago. Spent last Thursday. Technical adaptation, that revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Fire Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. A single leap there, embryologists. Huh. Professional. Okay. They were designing a artificial intelligence to nurture the children that were cloned in these things. Huh. So they tried to have a persona that would nurture them and a persona that would be a disciplinarian.
Can't carry more.
Luthia 1 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across. Xinjiang province could detect it. Being back from crucial systems is good for our maiden voyage of success. Okay, so they're talking about different locations where they would have cradle, these cradle places. One of them, I'm betting. I think they were talking about one inside a mountain. That must be the one that the Nora basically that Nora live around.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
Oh, Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office. Should have brought a cart.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Having her walking around carrying a cart. No picking up the duck finger gun now.
But I tan this leather well. It'll keep.
After this mission, we'll end the stream.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Oh man. Gaia even predicted that she could run amok or whatever.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Nuts would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good. You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Oh, that's how I came in. Alright. Supposed to be looking around. So what's that?
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Well, that's inconvenient.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked,
the bullets,
each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
No. I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet, your words touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature, joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then into this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Oh crap. I don't have to focus anymore.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this way. Maybe I could use some strength against it. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. Gotta check the machine carcasses. They might have parts. Maybe those carcasses have parts I can use.
Oh. It died.
Silence! Shadows, kill her!
Oh, please don't let me fight all those.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Well, that works. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to fight those things all at once, because that would have sucked.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun wind at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting you in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans, though of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a want, but a who. Yeah!
Okay then. That was a very long story mission. Where is the nearest campfire? Right there. A second. This is medicine. Oh, it's a rock. Oh well. Oh, this place. Oh, never mind, that's not where I thought it was. Alright, well, that was fun. Next time we'll go save the Nora. And avoid the heck out of those. So, yep, have fun, and we'll see you next time.